Last year, I had the privilege of meeting with the Circle of Protection at the White House. And there I reflected on my own Christian faith and how it's shaped my walk in life. How I believe it's made me a better husband, a better father, and I hope a better president. My faith teaches me that poverty is a moral issue. The Bible calls on us to be our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper. And I believe that as a public servant, I must do my part to answer that call. When I hear the story of a single mom struggling to put food on the table, or a child born into poverty, or a dad who's gone months without a paycheck, I cannot sit idly by. Not as a person, and certainly not as a president. That's why I've fought to keep this a country where everyone who works hard has a basic sense of dignity and a chance to get ahead. That means things like good jobs and good wages, health care that's there for you when you get sick, a secure retirement, even if you're not rich, the chance to buy a home to call your own, and an education that gives our young people every chance in life. I believe that even as we work hard to get ahead, we also have the obligation to reach back and help others get ahead too. That's why my Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships has expanded its work with groups around the country to help those in need. And it's why last year, in the midst of a heated budget debate in Washington, I promised to protect vital assistance for the least of these. I've kept that promise. We can pay down our debt in a balanced and responsible way, but we cannot balance the budget on the backs of the most vulnerable. And we certainly can't ask the poor, the sick, or those with disabilities to sacrifice even more, or ask the middle class to pay more, just so we can offer massive new tax cuts to those who've been blessed with the most. It's not just bad economics. It's morally wrong. It's not in line with our values. And it's not who we are as a people. I know you share my belief that government can't solve every problem, and it shouldn't try. I learned from my mother that no education policy can take the place of a parent's love and attention. As a young man, I worked with a group of Catholic churches who taught me that no government program can take the place of a caring neighbor. Not every tax dollar is spent wisely. Not everyone can be helped who refuses to help themselves. But that's not an excuse to tell our fellow Americans that they're on their own. We are all in this together as one people, one American family, one nation under God. That's how we'll create a true circle of protection. And if we each do our part, we can build an economy that works for all of us and leaves something better for our children. There have been many times over the past 4 years when I've fallen on my knees asking God for guidance, not just in my personal life and my Christian walk, but in the life of this nation. I want you to know I've been so grateful for your prayers, and I pray His richest blessings on each of you. Thank you. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.